Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface with the fourth and final part of the Pantaren starting zone. So, why are these hordes all semi-naked? Well, they used to be Alliance prisoners, but the crash has set them free, and why am I being molested by a group of tigers? Oh my goodness, yeah, they just aggro in from every single angle. It was ridiculous. They're miles away and just jumping in. So I think that's trying to be a little bit more reliant on multiple peeps being in this area. Otherwise, you couldn't get yourself, like me, in a little bit of trouble. Because I couldn't take on 3 level 9s at level 9. Certainly not these tigers. They have some nasty little abilities. But I dinged level 10, so I got to choose my specialisation. And just for the sake of convenience, I have decided to go for DPS. So I have this wonderful fist attack, which I'll try and show you a side view in a second when I get to my next tiger. Here we go. Look at that! Its wrists were moving quicker than G Firepaw on his own on a Friday night with a tub of Vaseline. Oh dear, I tell you, poor guy. I think I've done enough sexual harassment panda jokes for that dude for one lifetime. So we'll leave him alone now, unless he starts getting creepy again. But I'm just killing these tigers, collecting some bamboo. Look at it, it's a wicked move, that, isn't it? Oh, hours of fun. Especially for people like me with small brains. But the bamboo did seem to be in rather short supply, and I am the only one here. And that was a little bit worrying, so I'm hoping, apart from the fact that I'm trying to beat G5 to the next level, quick, gonna beat him! Quick, roll! Yeah! Quite clearly the greatest panda ever. But that bamboo did seem to be in rather short supply, so I'm hoping, because I'm the only one here, that come release date, when there's, you know, sort of like Chinese numbers of pandas in this area, they're going to respawn with a lot more regularity. Otherwise, oof, that could cause some issues. I do think some of the quests are going to cause some issues in general anyway. But, yeah, it'll start to even itself out after about a month. So I've stopped playing Mr. Pandaria now, and I'm now playing beat up Spider-Man's villains, namely just clones and clones and clones of the lizard. And after a couple of quest hubs for the Horde, I've now been sent to join the Alliance and see what they're up to, if I can get myself out of there. Stuck. And there is a very specific reason why we haven't met up with the Alliance so far, which will become very apparent when I meet the Admiral here. Yes, they've been too busy polishing their armour. Oh my god, bright light. It's like an albino. Oh, with just like a halogen light just shining on her. Oh my god, please, is that a graphical bug? Because she has been like that since the start of the beta. And I tell you what, every time, I've took my sunglasses on. So, yeah, beating up a few more lizard men, carrying some injured Alliance sailors back to camp. I only got to do 3 of them, which is a little disappointing because it's really funny to have an Alliance soldier under your arm. I could have definitely one of those as a pet. That'd be wicked, just carrying it around. There's been a couple of instances around Pandaria when I've been flying around Pandaria that some of the Mogu or something like that have been lifting up little sprites and like waggling them around in the air, and it just looks so funny. I might take some footage of that, actually. But Blizz, if you're going to do something like that, make them pets for us. But anywho, I digress. Just finishing off Spider-Man's villains, and then picking up some supplies, which is... Oh, look at that. Sneak attack from behind. So, there you go. Rear-ended you as well. So, just finishing off that. Nice, easy stuff. Hand them into Albino Admiral Bloomin' Teacut. And then we're going to fight a big lizard creature. Now this creature is definitely made for more than one person. This is working off the assumption, I feel, that there are going to be multiple people fighting it. But it does teach you some lessons. It's trying to teach you how to avoid attacks by making the attack very apparent, and then the Admiral herself, or Aisha I should say, I think it's Aisha it's fighting, will tell you to avoid the attack. She'll actually be voice speaking to you during this little segment, which is quite nice and interesting. And then he'll summon a couple of incidental adds into the fight, which she will like you to take care of before the boss. And then you'll finally get it down. So yeah, definitely not something you could burn down. It took a little while. But yeah, some good, you know, educational tools from Blizz. And now G and Aisha are going to have a bit of an altercation, and I'm going to shush up now because we're going to go into a wee bit of a cutscene.
Asa.
He is dying.
His wounds can be healed.
I hope you can forgive yourself for what you have done to him.
Oh, so there we go. Some rather good stuff there. Now, I think there's a message being sent out. And the message is, the Horde seem to act before thinking, and the Alliance want to think before acting. And each has its pro and each has its con. It's not saying one is better than the other. But something had to be done about the wound. G decided to act. Aisha wanted to just sit back and think about more options. And yeah, it's caused a bit of a problem because now that wound is wide open and we need some druid healers to try and repair the damage. So what we've got to do now is we've got to run around, first of all, trying to save the people which have been covered by the shrapnel off the explosion. So the more ramifications to G Firepaw's action than first thought of. And secondly, we've got to defeat the lizard men around the druids and then send the druids to the wound so they can heal it up. And the more druids that are there, the quicker the wound gets healed, and then the quest can end, which we've just done. So quite an interesting way to end this off, and very nice indeed. And there we go, it's filled up. We've managed now to heal the wound on the big turtle, and it's just a shame that, you know, we can't return back here, but c'est la vie. We do get, however, one final ride on the Yakin cart, and please, oh please, pretty please, with sugar on top, make it a mount. It's just too cool not to be a mount. But as we head back to the temple where Isa and G Firepaw would be waiting for us, we have the ultimate decision to make. Do we become a member of the Horde, or do we become a member of the Alliance? And I think it's perfectly clear from my actions throughout the course of the video which way I'm going to turn. And I feel the only faction I could possibly join as a panda is going to be this one.